when you get a Q&A like this, there I can't sell. I can't sell at a loss. I have to buy the dip. So in this video, I'm gonna break down NIO's Q&A that just happened last night. I was bullish. I bought a lot of stocks coming off of that, and I just kind of want to break it down. This is word for word what I could get from it. Obviously, I could not understand everything they're saying. Half of what they say is not in a language I can understand, and they do have very strong accents, so some of it is hard for me to understand, but I tried my best. So starting out, the first analyst did say NIO is better positioned than others to deal with battery price, but could certain initiatives hurt their margins, and would they raise prices of the EVs? The new battery packs have benefited NIO's margins. Raw material price increases have hurt their margins, although there's no plans to increase pricing now. But, and I think that's a strong but, the way that she said it in the earnings call was that although they're not raising pricing now, they are more than willing to. So, but throughout the year, they will update products and their capabilities, which could cause a reevaluation of the pricing strategy. Again, that's not taken word for word, but that is what she said. They said that they would reevaluate the pricing, and I believe that it's following in Tesla's footsteps. If they keep raising pricing, other electric vehicle manufacturers will do so as well, especially with inflation. The next question that was talked about was the analysts believed that ES6 and ES8 already covered the SUV market. We assume that you are launching the ES7 soon, so how can you differentiate this product without involving dilution between the other two? They argue that the ES7 is positioned as a mid-large 5-seater SUV. In this specific segment, they've witnessed extreme demand, and they believe that it will start production very soon. It will have leading powertrain technologies, battery powertrain technologies, that is. It will show high performance and premiumness, and it will contribute and be very complementary to the other fleet. From what I've seen, this product is supposed to be a straight competitor to the BMW X5. They have been seeing strong growth in the X5, and they want to capture some of that market. They believe that their car has better technologies, and they can outsell it. So I'm here for the ride. Again, the ES7 will start production in the second quarter. They can see it being priced at about 400,000 YMB, which I think is about 60,000 US dollars. I can check real fast for us. Yes, 62,000 US dollars. So, you know, it's quite a hefty priced car, but they're competing with the BMW X5. Next analyst asked, how is ET7 launch going and how is production ramping going? This was where, this is what made me want to buy, was this exact answer. She said that we cannot disclose the number for the ET7, but the pre-orders are actually much higher than the media reported. Now, if you just go on Google and you look up ET7 pre-orders, you're going to be hit with these two articles. The first one is, some are selling NIO ET7 pre-orders for double or even triple what they paid for them. You're going to get this one that says, reports are that pre-orders for NIO ET7 may already be up to 40,000 units. And then you're going to get this one that says, here's why NIO's orders may exceed 100,000 and what that means for NIO's market cap, ET7, right? So you compile all of this together, and you have her saying that it's much higher than what the media is actually reporting. And we should be looking anywhere from 50 to over 100,000 cars, possibly, of pre-orders that they have for the ET7. Now, I don't expect them to be able to get these cars out that quick, but that's a clear runway for a $60,000 car, $60,000+ car, to be sold like hotcakes. Literally, it's going to be sold like hotcakes. They're having more pre-orders for that car, possibly, than what they sold total in cars this year. That's a clear runway for growth right there. I did just have to edit something, which is why there's been a couple of cuts in the video. For those of you that saw, this was not supposed to say X5 series. This was supposed to say 5 series for the ET7. So the ET7 is being compared to the BMW 5 Series, and as of now, the BMW 5 Series has the deliveries have been on track to sell about 12 to 16,000 cars per month. And I went and did some digging, and that's actually from numbers that are last year. It's a little bit higher than that now. They're probably selling about 15 to 20,000 cars a month. of the BMW 5 Series, that is. Um, excuse me. NIO, for example, they can hold that 23% market share. And if they do that, then they expect this ET7 to grow. Battery as a service will grow. NIO Life and autonomous driving will all grow. Regarding production capacity, they answered. I did not get the question to this. The question was asked in another language. I just got the lady's answer, and she said at the beginning of her answer, regarding our production capacity, JAC NIO factory, which is the first factory, will reach production cadence that is around 60 drops per hour. I could not understand what she said here either, which is why I put these asterisks next to drops. She's meaning cars. The way that she was talking, 60 cars per hour. So the Factory 2 will also reach a cadence of about 60 cars per hour, and Factory 2 will need time to ramp production, correct? So if they can work 4,000 hours a year, which is what she said, that gives them an annual run rate of 240,000 cars per year per factory. And on overtime, they could get up to 300,000 annual units. She then went on to say in the fourth quarter of this year, they will see fundamental production improvements, and battery production capacity bottlenecks are being worked out to add additional production lines for their battery cells. She did say that the chip problem is worse for them, as roughly 10% of the chips in their cars have had production problems, and it has affected gross margins. Although I did think it was worth it to mention that they have already taken this into account with their guidance numbers. So that's showing that they are not trying to overachieve. They are actually under guiding, and I think that's setting them up for a better year. So, just a little quick recap of part one. We learned in this part one of our Q&A, and I'll make a part two to this so that you guys can see what else I had. Analysts think NIO is better positioned than others to deal with battery price. NIO is not planning to raise prices now, although they may. We've learned that the ET7 production is going well. They assume battery as a service, NIO Life, autonomous driving, and all of that will be able to grow and compete well with others. They hold a rough 23% in the Shanghai markets, and they told us and they gave us a clear runway to roughly 300,000 annual cars per factory per year. I don't know how one can come off of this Q&A and not want to buy, which is exactly why I've got my face sitting here on Know Me, because I'm boasting about NIO. So, if you guys are with me, just remember this is not financial advice, but I'll see you guys on the moon.